I'm going to attempt to recreate the monkey from the upcoming horror film. But I had an idea. Anyone into crafting or fabricating probably has piles of scrapped projects and unused supplies just lying around like I do. So it had me thinking, why don't we attempt to make this project without buying any supplies? So zero budget.
No fair.
What could go wrong? Now I want to recreate the poster, so we're gonna have to make some monkey feet. I like to build my monster feet on a very specific type of shoe, but of course I don't have any lying around, so we're gonna have to build these from the ground up. Luckily, I am so bad about buying supplies for projects I never actually do, so I have a bunch of this upholstery foam lying around. Just gonna glue it together and build a basic shoe. Figure that would work to build the feet on. Now I'm just gonna make the toes out of the same foam and just kind of trim them into a basic shape. For the big toe, I did add some wire because I wasn't sure if I was gonna need to bend and reposition them for when I did the photos. This is definitely a trust the process part of the project. Now I'm gonna give those toes some shape with some cotton and latex. And started using tissue to refine the tips of the toes, but realized this is gonna take forever, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do foam clay instead. Now that it's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and add toenails. It's not looking too bad. Time for the sticky part, just applying a base color with a 50-50 mix of acrylic and glue. Get them painted up, and now they're looking nice and fleshy. Okay, we're gonna have to get into the face. Had this mask that is definitely giving frontman vibes. I'd originally got it for a clicker, but it actually fits really bad, and the eyes sit right on my eye sockets, so I ended up scrapping that one and going a different way. This one is actually perfect because we're gonna have to cut the eyes out for this project anyway. The eyes are easy enough, and so happy I have these plastic orbs. Just one of those situations where I only needed one, but I had to buy multiples. Now, Stephen King's short story features a monkey toy, and this is inspired by the 1950s toy, the Jolly Chimp. And part of what makes this little guy creepy is that grin. Okay, well maybe those deranged, bulging meth head eyes. Anyways, I could just build the mouth open, showing that teethy grin, but because I love complicating projects for myself, I figured why don't I create the mask so that I can open the mouth to reveal that toothy grin. Because of that, I'm gonna build it on a helmet. Had this failed first attempt of an EVA foam helmet that has just been collecting dust since my Dr. Nefarious project. As you can see, it's got this weird peak and it's kind of lumpy, but since it's be under fur, we don't have to worry about it. Gonna attach the mask with some magnets. That way it will be snug enough for me to move the jaw, but also easy for me to take it on and off. Just gonna make the eyes out of cardstock and add a hole in the center so I'll be able to see. Give it a quick paint job, and I did go in with some black around that circle since I didn't cut it out very nicely and figured I could just paint it to look a little more circular. Now I wanted to camouflage the eyes a little better, so I'm using a black mesh. And of course I didn't have any black pantyhose around or even black mesh. These pieces were actually cut out of the back of a costume skirt. Things we are doing to make sure we don't spend a dime. I originally cut the jaw out and just added the elastic and put it back in position, but found that I didn't have great control. Realized that setting the jaw back further just gives us more snug fit, made it easier to articulate the jaw. Now the teeth are just gonna be attached to the upper part of the mask. So when I open my mouth, the lower jaw will lower, revealing those teeth. Used thickened EVA foam, and originally I had started to etch it, but really foam clay was just a better game plan. And I pop the eyes in so I get an idea of how far the mouth should come forward. I'm working on a super secret prop right now. I actually had a bunch of these pre-cut discs that I used a laser cutter with because I am awful at cutting circles, but it's perfect for the mouth and it saves me agonizing and trying to make sure that that outer edge is perfectly round. Just took a little trimming, but we got there. Just use cardboard to attach the lower jaw piece because it's gonna be covered in fur, so it doesn't have to look pretty. Before moving on, I'm going to be smart about this and I'm gonna protect the eyes with some latex. Now I'll start to build up the face using foil to build up the basic shape. While I was hyperfixating on making sure the jaw could move and looked right, kept feeling like something looked wrong every time I kept putting the mask and helmet on, and realized I totally overlooked the ears. That would have made for a very awkward final look. and we're just gonna ignore the fact that I drew the ears on the same side. Let's go ahead and fix that. Dremeled out the low points and just gonna add foam clay to build areas and make them look much more 3D. Now just use foam clay for the lips and the face. Built up a base layer first before creating any of the details. Added some foam tubes and mushed them together to start to look like that wrinkly face texture the monkey has. Now for my favorite part is to get into all that painting. Gonna get the teeth and gums going. Gonna add some shading. And a little bit of spatter. Because from what I could see in the trailer, the monkey's skin did have a little bit of texture. And this is why I protected those eyes ahead of time. The teeth and the gums were looking a little flat, so I added some shine with some Mod Podge. Now let's get the latex off the eyes. Darkened around the eye areas, so he looks a little more deranged. For the movie, the monkey has a drum instead of the cymbals. So I'm just gonna build a basic drum shape out of cardboard and foam core. I covered it with some paper, and then of course the moisture from the paint made it a little wrinklier, but that's fine because we are going to coat the crap out of this thing with glitter. The top of the drum is dirty and dingy. For the metal parts, I wanted to use metallic tape over top of EVA foam. That way it would look shinier and more like metal than just spray painting it. But unfortunately, I only have gold, so we're gonna go with that. Use strips for the top and bottom edge. I had these half round pieces and they're gonna be the metal bars. Then I made the little pieces to hold the bars out from the main part of the drum. It's not too shabby. Did all the blood detail similar to the poster. Okay, so I could lie to you and say the reason I made this drum blue was because that was the only color I had. But because I was using a limited reference, I just kind of assumed in the darkness, maybe that little shade of yellow was just a reflection of the pants. And of course, zoomed in, it is so obvious had I not been looking at it on a postage stamp. And I just kind of went with blue. Well, the trailer came out and the drum is gold. And to my carpet's detriment, I am a glitter fiend and I do have gold. So we're gonna actually switch those colors out. Yeah, and I know I made up the metal details on the drums and we're just gonna stick with those. I'm not gonna rebuild that part. Finally get to use up some of these dowels I had lying around. Once again, it was a case of I only needed one but had to buy a pack. Used a Dremel to make it more of a drumstick shape and paint it red. Now we need to do the costume. And in a perfect world, I would have done this costume in a dark brown. One, it would be a better match. And two, shooting black fur on a black background is gonna be a nightmare. And of course, I only have black fur.
Oh, no, no.
The only saving grace of this, luckily I severely overestimated how much black fur I was gonna need for the Harley Quinn demon, so I have more than enough for this project. Made the sleeves and just glued everything together. I am not even going to entertain trying to wrestle fake fur on a sewing machine. The vest is this weird yoga towel blanket thing I just happened to find one day in the back of a closet and have absolutely no memory of purchasing, but lucky for us, it's red, so it's gonna work great. I just hot glued the edges to clean them up. Yeah, I would rather burn my fingers to oblivion than pull out that sewing machine. I attached the sleeves to the vest, so this will make the costume 2 pieces. I figured it would be more comfortable, so if I got overheated, I could easily just take off that top layer. Then I just made the sleeveless top to go underneath. Now we have to fur everything else up. These are kind of fun though. If they weren't super awkward to walk around in, these would probably be some house slippers I would totally wear. Then onto the mask and the helmet. I did make a template because I wanted to make sure that the fur was going to be off the area where the mask sits. Did find that sometimes when I put the mask on, the magnets weren't always reliable when I was moving the jaw. So I went ahead and added some Velcro just for a little added hold. And I slapped those ears on before finishing the fur. Once the mask was all furry, I did find that there was a gap in the back of my jaw, so I kind of made flaps of fur similar to those winter hats. Now he just needs a good trim. I could not have created this very iconic toy and not have done the symbols. I didn't spend any money, grabbed some paper plates, spray painted them gold so that I could at least have some footage and photos with the symbols.